It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite is live from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and we are diving straight into the action here tonight. I'm Excalibur, joined by the human suplex machine Taz, the great Tony Schiavone, and the indescribable Don Callis for our opening contest.
Hello, Don.
Happy to be here. This is going to be a historic night, Taz.
I'm ready.
Your opening contest is an eliminator match set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. In the ring from Plainview, Long Island, New York, weighing 226 pounds, he is the American champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
Tony Schiavone this past weekend. Oh, jeez. MJF made the first defense of that AEW American Championship. He traveled down to Arena, Mexico City, where he took on and defeated Templario at CMLL's Friday night event. It was a tough test for MJF, but ultimately he did prevail.
Yeah, and he had a lot of bad things to say about Arena Mexico. Of course, everything that he does is, oh, look at this.
The man that will challenge MJF at Wembley Stadium on August 25th at All In London for that AEW American Championship, Will Ospreay.
Speaking of Ospreay, here comes probably his best friend.
And his opponent from Sydney, Australia, weighing 239 pounds, Kyle Fletcher.
And a man who, as you mentioned, Taz, the best friend of Will Ospreay. So Ospreay with more than one reason to be paying attention to this match. It was 1 week ago that Kyle Fletcher came to the aid of Will Ospreay after he was being brutally assaulted by MJF. And Don, you had some mixed feelings about it despite your former allegiance with Ospreay.
I think you got to keep friendship and business separate, especially when it's family business. But listen, Kyle doesn't back down. I'm so proud of Kyle Fletcher. Look, he's leaned out. He looks tremendous. This guy's a future world champion.
And Tony, you were on hand this past Saturday at Collision, where Kyle Fletcher picked up a very, very important victory, but a hard-fought victory over the Machine Brian Cage.
Yes, it was anytime you go against Brian Cage, it's a tough match. But he prevailed. He got beat up, and that was the concern.
Shut the hell up! I'm holding the mic!
Oh, brother.
Immediately upon the bell,
let me explain
MJF
something
retreats.
to you, you Australian oaf. Either you lock up with me like a real wrestler, or I'm taking my belt and I'm leaving this podunk town right now.
Well, this is an eliminator match, so
I don't give a damn. Shut up.
MJF is counted out.
Tell him
Fletcher
to
would earn a
lock up
shot.
like a man.
Fletcher would earn a shot at the title in the event MJF walks out of this match.
I want to go back. Don, I know you were concerned about the condition and even going up against Brian Cage of Kyle Fletcher. How's he doing right now? Is he 100%? He can't be after what happened.
You know what? You don't come out of a long match with an athlete like Brian Cage completely unscathed. But here we go.
Oh, inside cradle there. Fletcher counters. And MJF, since his return, now backslide. Two, and able to escape, but Fletcher applying pressure here. MJF ducks the head, sunset flip, tight grip. Fletcher almost had him.
Yeah, nice high stack right there by Kyle. Then he gets himself a side headlock.
And swinging a miss there by Fletcher. Scoops up MJF. Powerful body slam.
Yeah, full body slam right there. A lot of intensity. Good job by Kyle Fletcher there. I'll tell you what, Don, he's looking good.
You got a couple of guys in their mid-20s here. They recuperate better than guys our age, Taz, that's for sure.
Oh, that's the truth. Nice running back elbow by MJF there.
Fletcher was building up ahead of steam. MJF shutting him down.
Great timing by MJF and a very, very smart move. Well, Max has a lot of big match experience. He's a former AEW World Champion. That's well documented. So he understands when to shut a guy down and when not. But Fletcher.
Oh, here we go.
Looking for Tombstone. MJF, though, cracked those knees together on the ears, boxed the ears, essentially, of Kyle Fletcher with MJF's own knees.
Taz, I don't know that anyone does a better job of scouting opponents than MJF.
He's excellent at it. There's no doubt. And he went right after the arm there across the top rope.
Yeah.
Which that top rope, Excalibur, is super tight.
Super tight, high-tension steel cable on that top rope. All 3 ropes, technically speaking, but now MJF targeting that left shoulder of Fletcher, perhaps all in service that salt to the earth, that Fujiwara armbar that MJF employs. MJF, the most loathsome of all individuals, present company excluded.
Very nice. Listen, I'll say this. MJF has successfully negated the size advantage so far. Very smart wrestler.
Well, the size advantage, I'll say, Don, is height. So I don't equate size to height. I think that as far as a thickness, muscularity, these guys are probably similar in poundage. Maybe MJF has a little bit more, but I get what you're saying. Just let's not confuse height with size.
It's a leverage game when you've got those long limbs, Taz.
Well, it is, but you're speaking to a guy that was a 5'8" wrestler, so I'm a little bit,
Well, Fletcher now using his right hand to batter the midsection of MJF, but MJF, handful of hair driving down Kyle Fletcher.
But to the point you make it, Don, about having a height advantage, instead of, it's the ranginess too. And that's what Fletcher does have over MJF, is that range advantage.
Yeah, the reach definitely in Fletcher's favor, but MJF doing a good job of dictating the pace to Kyle Fletcher, much like he did on Friday night against Templario. Templario, a very quick wrestler, as is Kyle Fletcher, who now MJF.
Oh boy, it's dangerous.
Fletcher inverted, and that shoulder breaker. MJF controlling the pace, making his opponent play his game, and right now MJF.
Don, you talked about MJF scouting opponents very, very well. Obviously, Kyle Fletcher on Saturday took a beating on that left arm as well, thanks to Brian Cage, so he's hammering that, and it's great strategy from MJF, who, by the way, is the American champion.
Oh, wow, gut wrench to a power bomb. Fletcher high on the neck and shoulders, but able to survive.
It's tough to do on a guy, again, back to the height thing, a guy the size, the height of Fletcher, but that was impressive. An inverted gut wrench there, bomb by MJF.
Hard to lock up those long legs, Taz.
Yeah, his body's so long, meaning Fletcher.
See, I do not agree with this. Well, there's nothing about MJF that I agree with.
Oh, now MJF.
I think if Max has a weakness, guys, it's this.
Yeah, teasing for this kangaroo kick.
This has always, to me, been the one flaw in Max's game, and we're going to see if Kyle has it well scouted. He does.
Yeah, Kyle with that thrust kick, full extension on it, using his length, catching MJF right under the chin.
That was a shot and a half by Fletcher. Great job, great flexibility and extension on that crescent thrust kick right there.
Referee Paul Turner checking on both competitors, and Tony Schiavone, you mentioned it, MJF is the AEW American Champion, and on Sunday, August 25th, Wembley Stadium, all in London, he will defend against the former AEW International Champion, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. You still have a chance to join us for All in London, Ticketmaster.co.uk, livenation.co.uk. If you can't be there in person, we will be live on pay-per-view Sunday, August 25th, as Fletcher now gaining the advantage on the American champion and raining down right hands.
I cannot believe we're only 18 days away from All In at Wembley. I mean, it's been rapidly approaching. It's almost here, guys.
Now, look at that. Fletcher tried the hammer throw into the corner, but MJF held on. But Fletcher now sits out. Side slam.
Lean back, lean back.
The leg hook, and MJF able to break free.
Super close right there for Kyle. Almost got it.
The great thing about Kyle Fletcher, guys, is no moment is too huge for him, and you're seeing it tonight. Looks very calm in there, very focused.
And Taz, you talked about the big match experience of MJF. I mean, it's going to be a big match on August 25th, but it was a big match last year, Wembley Stadium, when MJF defended the AEW World Championship in the main event in front of 81,000 fans.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anyone competing on that event last year at Wembley, that's going to equate to a lot of big match experience just from that one show.
Oh, wow. Fletcher, though, the high kick catching MJF while he was on the apron.
Kyle's got to try to follow up here with something. Just be careful. You don't want to make sure Max is not playing possum on the outside.
Yeah, he did last time, Tad. You are right. Here we go.
Fletcher, tope suicida. MJF went, I think, jaw first into that barricade.
If he was playing possum, he might be a dead possum.
Fortune favors the bold, as they like to say. I would have stayed in the ring. He took a chance, paid off.
Yes, I never heard anyone say that about Fortune or Bulls, but I get what you're saying, Don. But right now, MJF getting himself out of harm's way. That's smart.
Sure is. You know, we talk so much about the ring acumen of MJF. He's a loathsome person, but a great athlete, great strategy, does everything right in the ring.
Look at Fletcher. He is going to throw caution at the wind. What the hell is Kyle up to here, Don? What's he doing?
Well, we talked about this, and
Fletcher, full extension on the Orihara moonsault.
Yeah, but it looks like Kyle hurt himself as well. He's down, look, holding his knees and his ankles.
It's a tough landing, you know, even when you're pulling that off yourself and hit your opponent, you'll still land them really hard from that top turnbuckle, that top rope. Let's take a look at here and watch the landing for both these men. That's tough when you land on your feet like that, Don, and it buckles your knees and your ankles.
100%.
Well, you know, Taz and Don, we've seen guys jump off and break ankles.
Oh, yeah,
from that
for sure.
height.
You can definitely get hurt badly.
Right back up top. I don't know if I like this.
Now Fletcher sends to the top, but MJF trying to take himself out of play, but we saw the risks that Fletcher's willing to take, but
MJF's looking like he's on the sidelines, calling timeout. It's not halftime, son. What are you doing?
Well, he needed oxygen after the Will Ospreay match, so this does not surprise me.
MJF's intellect is really unmatched, I think, in professional wrestling right now, and he's showing it, making all the good strategic moves to get out of harm's way.
Drop toe hold. Fletcher crashing into the barricade. And MJF underneath the bottom rope to break the count. Fletcher in even more trouble than before now as MJF digging his teeth into his forehead.
What is wrong with him that he has to take a fan's hat and throw it away?
He's insecure. He's a jerk. He's just got tripped up into the barricade.
He's a psycho.
And I think there's nothing wrong with what he did with that fan other than it put him in a position that he let his opponent get too much rest.
That's a good call, Don. It really is.
Who cares about the fan?
Oh, wait a second. Fletcher just flinging himself at MJF.
Kyle is feeling it.
Now Fletcher in the stands, but now he's got to get MJF back over the rail, back into the ring, because Paul Turner get him the 10 count.
You know, we've been seeing the making of a star right before our eyes with Kyle Fletcher.
You're welcome.
And I was going to say, to Don Callis' credit, as much as I hate to give it to him, he identified what Fletcher possessed. And Fletcher now with a chance to earn a shot at the AEW International Championship. As Fletcher to the top. Drop connects. 1, 2. No! MJF able to kick out.
Well, that was a big elbow drop. You got to credit Max on that kick out. Tough to do that when a guy lands right on your chest like that.
Yeah, that elbow, Ted, you're right, perfectly executed.
That was greatly done by Fletcher for sure. Ooh.
MJF down, but not for the count. Fletcher regaining the advantage and gaining the support of the crowd.
Kyle may be enjoying the crowd reaction a little too much.
Yeah, good call.
Shoulder driven into the mat once again by the American champion, MJF.
Oh, it's smart by MJF to, again, remember the body part he was working on, and that's that shoulder and that arm, and he zoned in on it, did Max.
MJF, he's been using that sheer drop brainbuster as a finishing technique for the last few weeks, and now Fletcher, though, able to avoid it, and Fletcher.
Here we go. Whoa. Oh, Max fought it off again.
Oh, Fletcher, the ankles are crossed by MJF, and then, Fletcher able to escape.
What a great counter crossing those legs.
A little overzealous right there was Fletcher, and he ate an elbow. Watch the arm.
Oh, no.
Fletcher was holding on to that top rope to keep himself upright, and MJF taking advantage of the exposed limb. But Fletcher rolls through, counters. And piledriver, perhaps powerbomb attempted. Either way. Oh, the water wheel dropped by MJF.
That's a lot of whiplash impact right there.
And now the hammerlock.
It's dangerous what he's about to do here.
And MJF DDT. Is that going to be it?
Smokes, what a move.
Floats over. 1, 2. Oh, Fletcher. Fletcher.
Excellent kick out. Excellent job by Kyle. As you get dropped on your head while your arm is hammerlocked, you're defenseless.
And we know
kick
Max doesn't hesitate. He broke Garcia's neck. We all saw it. It makes me nervous seeing him in there with one of my guys.
Especially this close to All In London. MJF perhaps looking to send a message to Will Ospreay that I'm gonna take out your best friend. I'm gonna injure him permanently. And that's gonna weigh on your mind on August 25th.
Max is a master of psychological warfare. There's no doubt about it.
Takes one to no one.
Isn't it amazing that Max is so good in the ring and such a master in the ring, but such a horrible human being?
Who cares? This isn't a church picnic, Shivani.
I know.
He's paid to wrestle and win matches like the rest of them.
I know it's not a church picnic, Don.
He's getting super cocky right here as MJF.
There you go.
Kind of ticking off Kyle a bit.
Wannabe Ospreay. That's not going to go over well with Kyle. He hates hearing that.
See, there you go.
Just spat in the man's face.
Here's the thing, he could have landed a big left hand into an exposed jaw of Kyle Fletcher, but instead chose to try to humiliate Fletcher by spitting in his face. And now Fletcher making him pay for that. Lefts and rights raining all over the body, the head of MJF. And the boot caught off, thumb to the eye by MJF.
Just one step ahead each time is MJF.
MJF trying to take him off his game, but look at that.
Caught him on the side there, but it was enough, maybe. Oh, maybe not.
Well, Fletcher comes back, elbow strike with MJF came back the rolling strike. Back and forth blows the destroyer there by MJF, but Fletcher, what a powerful shot. Well, we are nearing the halfway point of this 30-minute time limit in this AEW American Championship Eliminator match. And remember, the former champion, the inaugural champion. Oh, wait, cover here by Fletcher, too. MJF kicking out immediately into the salt of the earth.
Nice transition by MJF into that elbow counter.
He's got him.
Roll up, and MJF breaks free. Fletcher.
Look out.
On the shoulder, MJF long dart and face first that middle turnbuckle.
Snake Eyes Jones right there in that second buckle. Man, that sucks when that happens.
And the point I was going to bring up, though, is that the Bastard Pack does possess the next shot at the AEW International Championship. He was the inaugural All-Atlantic champion with an opportunity to become two-time champion, as it were, in this ever-changing, ever-evolving naming of this title. As Fletcher!
Nicely done.
High boot into the jaw. MJF in position on the rope. Fletcher perhaps thinking superplex here.
Watch this, guys.
MJF being brought up as
Fletcher
Fletcher.
should be over if he hits it.
Fletcher could have been thinking turnbuckle brainbuster, but
had to do that. Max had to do it to get out of what Kyle was about to do to him.
Wait a second. This. You mentioned Daniel Garcia and the damage to his neck.
He broke his neck with this.
That's what he's trying to do here, Don.
No, but Fletcher able to avoid.
Great counter by Fletcher.
And the sunrise attempted. Fletcher. Two. And
Come on.
Super close.
Paul Turner's hand a hair's breadth away from counting three as Fletcher brings MJF up. Driver! So close. And Don Callis just threw down his headset.
Give MJF a hell of a lot of credit there, guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I agree with you on that, but I would go for a cover right away if I'm Kyle. He's lost in a moment, I think. I mean, I understand the young man what's going on, but you got this guy maybe beat if you go for another cover. Easy saying that sitting here as opposed to being in the ring.
What is Don?
Don Callis just threw the screwdriver to.
The same screwdriver he's used. Kenny Omega knows all about that as well.
Well, Fletcher's got an opportunity to really basically win this match. And
I mean, that screwdriver has turned the tide for Will Ospreay. It's turned the tide for Konosuke Takeshita. Could it turn the tide for Kyle Fletcher here tonight?
is he going to use it?
MJF?
Is he going to use it?
Hit him with it for crying out loud in it. Come on, Kyle.
Oh, my God, Tony, you are sadistic, really. It's a damn screwdriver. He did the right thing.
But it's MJF.
He's a human, damn it. Bad Yahtzee right there. Oof.
The low blow from MJF, and now, as if to add insult to injury, the kangaroo kick.
Oh, boy, Kyle's hit it hard.
Yeah, he whiplaxed his head for sure.
And MJF, now that sheer drop, brainbuster, center of the ring. 2, 3.
The American champion, MJF.
Well, Kyle Fletcher had an amazing outing here. He was excellent between the ropes, almost won the match. I don't know, man. You kind of look at Don Callis coming out with that screwdriver, kind of screwed things up, pun intended, in my opinion.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher, he was torn on whether to use the screwdriver or not, Tony. And ultimately, the indecision, I think, may have cost Fletcher here tonight.
And I got to let my emotions carry me away because I wanted to see...
Hold on, wait, it's Will Ospreay here.
No, Ospreay locked in here backstage, and now the road cases are in front of the door. What is going on here?
Who did that?
As Ospreay, he was in that viewing area that was all locked in, and oh no, Paul Werner!
Hell?
And you're saying a guy like this does not deserve a screwdriver to the head?
Well, I hear you.
MJF needs to be very careful here. I mean, assaulting an official, and now with that Dynamite diamond ring in his hand.
Don Callis is just going nuts at ringside.
As MJF lines him up and drops Kyle Fletcher.
Look, you saw he dropped him. It's the ring.
Well, that ring has brought MJF a ton of success throughout his career here in AEW. And right there, you saw Fletcher get dropped after a spectacular match. And Ospreay was trapped backstage somehow.
It was a spectacular match. You are right, Taz.
And now MJF not content with the down. Look at this, raining down left hands on the head of Kyle Fletcher.
The blood is on your hands, Ospreay.
Fletcher bloodied.
It's on your hands.
I'm just saying that the blood is on your hands, Ospreay. That's what Max was just saying.
Now, I'm going to do what you don't have the balls to do, Will.
Now MJF saying, he's going to do what Will Ospreay won't.
I don't know if MJF realizes that Ospreay's not trapped behind that in that room anymore.
That's right. That's right. And you know,
No, he's looking for that Tiger Driver 91.
Yes, Ed's good call.
MJF saying that he's going to. Oh, Will Ospreay making it to ringside and making a hasty retreat here out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And Ospreay calling for the ringside physician. And you know, on some level, those words from MJF had to hit home for Ospreay. That Ospreay, I mean,
I can't even believe this. Kyle! Check his neck.
Dr. Michael Sampson obviously checking on Kyle Fletcher. Ospreay very concerned, and look at this. Don Callis seems more content to argue with Will Ospreay than to attend to Kyle Fletcher.
Horrible scene.
Well, fans coming up ahead of All in London, a high-stakes main event tonight, and it is anything goes.
Where were you? It's okay. Where were you for him?
Brian, it sounds like you've got one foot out the door. If you're going to go all in, freaking go all in.
I was a little bothered because Jeff Jarrett questioned my desire, or my ability to go all in.
Why don't you see if I'm all in next week?
I couldn't be more thrilled than to be a part of getting you ready for All In.
You know, I respect Jeff a lot, but tonight I'm going to show him that I'm ready.
Now, you're on the fighting side of me. Let's go no time limit, no disqualification.
I've got something to prove to him and to everybody else. I'm thrilled that Ricky Steamboat's going to be here. He's always been a constant advocate for me.
As a respect to the guys, for this moment that's going to happen this evening, I just wanted to be here.
The way I look at this match, it's much bigger than a win or a loss. Tonight, you will know without question that he's prepared to take on Swerve.
Well, obviously a scary moment there with Kyle Fletcher, and we saw him on his own power with the assistant ringside physician, Dr. Michael Sampson, make his way to the back. But MJF, classless, but talk about classy. Jeff Jarrett, the way he's been treating, the way he's been trying to motivate Bryan Danielson ahead of All in London, that's been incredible.
Next batter set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from London, England, the Glamour, Mariah May.
And from one championship match to another, the woman that will challenge Timeless Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship, none other than the Owen Hart Foundation tournament winner, the Glamour, Mariah May, carrying that shoe which she bloodied the champion Timeless Toni Storm, her former mentor, Taz.
Yeah, well, shocked everyone throughout the wrestling world and AEW fans worldwide. But more importantly, it shocked Toni Storm when Mariah did that. And I'll tell you what, Shivani, it'd be tough to argue if anyone has more momentum in the women's division than this lady here.
Yeah, I agree. And she's lit a fire under Toni Storm. No doubt about that.
And her opponent, Viva Van.
Viva Van, very tough competitor, Tez. You and I have called her matches in the past on AEW Dark, but
yes.
She competes primarily in Southern California, now with an opportunity here on this big stage. Oh, Mariah May!
That was a headbutt, I believe.
Yeah, headbutt. Yeah. Caught Van charging in. And I was going to say, this might be a tough test for Mariah May, but this could be a statement maker for Viva Van if she picks up the victory over the top contender for the AEW Women's World Championship.
A couple of standing switches by both ladies, then a released German suplex by Mariah. Well done there.
And Mariah May, it was mayhem this past Saturday at Collision. Mariah May was going to be at the commentary desk, but Timeless Toni Storm just turned all of her ire, turned all of her rage on her former protege.
Big crossbody off the stage, too, on the floor. And again, she's lit a fire. But I'm telling you, Mariah May, and we've known this since she's arrived, she can go in the ring. She's a talented young lady.
There is no doubt about that between the ropes. Mariah is excellent for sure.
And Mariah, big time drop kick.
Yeah, the people here in Winston-Salem, they want Toni. That's what they're saying, and that's not you, Shivani.
I know that. I know exactly who they want.
Toni with an eye, damn it.
Look at repeatedly driving Viva Van's head into that top turnbuckle pad. Now Mariah May. There's moments here where, I mean, even though this is very early going, I mean, it could have attempted a pinfall, could have attempted to win this match, but Mariah seems content to inflict punishment on her opponent.
Yeah, you're right. That's what Mariah wants to do, but she had a back turn too quick.
Viva Van, high stack, the roll-up. Mariah able to escape, back fist ducked underneath, and Mariah the lariat takes down Viva.
And this was apparent. I mean, we've said it before. Wow.
Loads up with a drop kick, drives down Viva Van, and fans, this match will continue in picture-in-picture. Mariah May battering her opponent. Mariah May she has a pronounced vicious streak, a pronounced mean streak, Tony.
Oh, yeah. She's and she was really in my face at Collision on Saturday.
I saw that. I enjoyed it a little bit. I have to say, I have to be honest with you. I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, yes, it was. It was very funny. But I'm telling you, I just think that, I mean, this was a plan from the word go, from when she arrived. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Mariah May, you're saying.
Mariah May, of course. And so she fooled all of us. I mean, she really did. We thought, hey, we got Toni Storm's protege who came up in stardom, and Toni Storm is everything to her, and Toni took her under her wing, and then look at this. You just can't trust anybody.
Oh, running PK there from Mariah May, and
you can't trust anyone in the world. Okay, let me not get into this. I can go crazy here. Okay, I'll get into people.
Speaking of which, Tony, how come your buddy Nigel didn't stick up for you on Saturday?
Has he ever stuck up for me?
Mariah mocking Timeless Toni Storm here.
Nigel's in love with Mariah May. I mean, he's infatuated with Mariah May.
Well, Nigel's in love with Nigel and Mariah.
Well, there you go.
And close-up magic.
And magic, yes.
not the Gathering. As Mariah now, I mean, just, I think, attempting to embarrass her opponent, but with a competitor like Viva Van, can't afford to do so. Can't afford to let your opponent back into this match as Viva makes it to her feet. Coming in, just rolling capo kick. And Mariah to the outside. Bit of a tantrum there. As Viva, though, in pursuit of Mariah May, top contender for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Well, it'd be massive for Viva Van if she's able to gather herself an upset victory over May. That would be something for sure.
I mean, Mariah May, since she's arrived here in AEW, has picked up 16 victories. Viva Van still in search of her first, and Mariah May, she's got a shot at the biggest stage AEW has to offer, Wembley Stadium, all in London, to, I mean, really complete a meteoric rise here in AEW by winning the AEW Women's World Championship.
And no place for her would be better than in her home city.
Of London.
Of London.
Now, once again, Mariah
was wrenching in that rear chin lock. Notice how she keeps her right elbow close to her body with that S grip. Very smart, right way to do it.
Now Viva rising up, but Mariah brings her right back down. AEW Dynamite live on TBS, the top contender in the AEW Women's Division, Mariah May, trying to make an example of her opponent, Viva Van.
But it's been probably 90-10, right? I would say mostly Mariah here for sure.
It has, but Mariah on the receiving end of a tremendous up kick.
Well, there's another 5. That was impressive.
Great leg trip that time. And Viva Van, of course, had a chance to become CMLL Women's World Champion recently. Now a chance to do a lot of damage to Mariah May's meteoric rise.
Well, right into the face of Viva Van, and now you see punching the top of the head.
That is just viciousness right there, Taz.
Yeah, well, you don't see it coming. Those are the worst. It gives her kind of like, well, here's a little kiss before I finish you off.
Similar thing that she did to Thomas Tony Storm, that kiss of death before the running knee strike.
Oh.
And man, Mariah May just destroyed Viva Van with that, and Mariah's not done yet. Viva up onto the shoulders. Mayday, center of the ring. And no sense of urgency. Mariah could have ended this at any point.
What is she trying to do here? Is this the quote-unquote send a message? I don't get it.
Oh, Storm, 0.
That was right there.
1, 2, 3.
The glamour, Mariah May.
Look at that evil smile. Just not a good person. There's her Owen Hart belt and the shoe.
And could Mariah May add the AEW Women's World Championship to her collection? We will find out Sunday, August 25th, live on pay-per-view, when she will challenge her former mentor, timeless Tony Storm, for that AEW Women's World Championship.
What's this here?
A gift being presented.
Well, is it Mariah's birthday or what's going on here? It's not the holiday season, right? I don't think it is.
Mariah's birthday actually just passed a couple days ago. Good point, Taz.
Thank you.
Wow, that's timeless Tony Storm cradling Mariah May.
I feel like it said something on the back. I don't know why. I feel like, yeah, there it is.
And I don't think Mariah realizes it. The fans see it.
Oh, message sent.
Let's go. Timeless Tony Storm.
Oh, she got a knee to the gut.
Tony Storm came in with the head of steam, but Mariah cut her down, and now the shoe in hand. That's Tony trying to wrench the shoe out of the grip of Mariah May. Aubrey Edwards holding back Tony Storm.
Wants to put the heel of that shoe right in the head of Mariah like she did to her.
Look at this, the referee corps trying to protect, not just Mariah May, trying to protect this match for All in London.
That has to be the only reason, because the fans want to see the shoe to the head right now.
As Tony Storm getting her licks in, but Mariah turning fire. These women are not going to have to wait long to lock horns. It will be just over 2 weeks away, August 25th, Wembley Stadium. But it is going down right now in Winston-Salem.
There's boatloads of hatred and rage and anger between these two women.
I cannot wait for this match. I'm telling you something, guys. It's one of the matches I'm really looking forward to. Look at the face of Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm.
18 days away, Sunday, August 25th, London, England, Wembley Stadium, timeless Toni Storm, Mariah May, one-on-one. But also coming up at All In London, the TNT champion, Jack Perry, will look to defend his title against the former champion, the reckless, the risk-taking Darby Allin.
Everything in life has a price. The question is how much you're willing to sacrifice for it. Those who shape the future carry the burden of destroying the past.
Last time me and Jack were in the ring together, everybody's asking me, why don't I just light him on fire and end this whole thing? It's simple. Because you'd have every excuse not to show up at Wembley. TNT champion. I don't even know when the last time you've been on TNT. Well, you talk about sacrifices. You gotta sacrifice this, you gotta sacrifice this. You don't have to sacrifice any more of your time, Jack. You don't gotta show up on Dynamite. You don't even gotta show up this Friday on Rampage when I wrestle in Winston-Salem. You don't even gotta show up on Collision. But you gotta show up at All In Wembley.
Well, the clock is ticking for the TNT champion, Jack Perry.
That's going to be quite a battle based on what happened in Blood and Guts. My God.
And you want to talk about quite a battle? What about when security came during the break and escorted Taz away from the desk? He was not happy about that.
Well, no, he wasn't. I don't blame him.
And I think the learning tree, Chris Jericho, his relationship with Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the EVPs, may have had something to do with that, but we can ask Jericho that for ourselves in a few moments.
Following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Greens Point, Texas, weighing 189 pounds, the Bad Apple, Brian Keys.
The Bad Apple that fell from the learning tree. He and his opponent tonight, Katsuyori Shibata, had numerous run-ins over the last few, almost over the last month or so. It was Shibata that injured the arm of Brian Keith, which I think we're gonna take a look at that right here. There we see Shibata was this past June, damage to the tricep of Brian Keith, keeping him out of Forbidden Door. But then it was Keith last month attacking Katsuyori Shibata with that chair. But this was the same night that Jericho, that fireball hook. I mean, we've not heard from him. We've been asking Taz for an update. He's been reticent, to say the least, to speak on the status of Hook. But we know, we've not seen Hook in nearly a month since that fireball.
And obviously there was some damage to Hook because of that. Oh, brother.
And ladies and gentlemen, being accompanied by Big Bill, the FTW champion, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho.
Look at that disingenuous smile.
And not even just that damage done to Hook, but what about the damage done to Samoa Joe, the forklift? With Joe loaded up on that pallet, being driven through the wall in Calgary, that Calgary Stampede match. As The FTW champion Chris Jericho, broken finger and all, coming to join us at desk. Taz mysteriously whisked away by security during the break. Hello, Chris.
Guys. Yeah, I'm not sitting next to Taz ever again, so Matthew Nicholas Jackson allowed me to have a codicil that got him kicked out of here yet again for this match.
And now, from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 209 pounds, the wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata!
Well, if you burn his son's face, Taz's son's face, I guess you don't want to step aside him, and I guess this is as much for your protection as anything else.
Taz is supposed to be a biased announcer, and he's not. If Hook gets burned in a terrible accident, that's not my fault. That's on him.
Tragic. That was the voice of Big Bill, the Redwood, as the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, taking his time, but Katsuyori Shibata very, very composed. And Chris, I do have to ask, how's your finger doing?
Oh, the finger that the murdered grandpa broke?
Minoru Suzuki, yes. How is your finger doing?
It's broken. Look at it. It's all wrapped up badly. Even though that match was awarded 4 stars by Dave Meltzer, he broke my finger.
Who?
You'll see.
What did you learn from that match, Chris?
I learned that I am the learning tree that can beat anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere, Tony. And that includes you right now if I wanted to.
No argument here.
Could you do that? As Shibata snapping her out of the corner. Has Brian Keith down. But Keith, you can see hand fighting. And
now you know.
Oh, wait, this is how Shibata attacked that tricep of Brian Keith.
Same arm.
He put Brian Keith out with that move, but then Brian Keith took out Shibata's arm with the chair. Arm for an arm, as we say in the learning tree.
Perhaps branch for a branch. As Shibata attacking that arm once again, looking to incapacitate Brian Keith.
Branch for a branch. That's really clever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the Branches love me here tonight. Did you hear them screaming for me in joy?
I heard them screaming.
Chris, that was one of the best reactions I've ever seen you get. It was unbelievable.
A Road Warrior pop for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Shibata sent hard into the barricade. And Katsuyori Shibata, the last man standing of the unique triumvirate of himself, Hook, and Samoa Joe, all thanks to the actions of Brian Keith, Big Bill, and of course the learning tree, Chris Jericho.
What possesses someone, and I know it was a Calgary street fight or whatever, what possesses someone to put a man on a forklift and run through a wall, Chris? Come on now.
All's fair in war and war, Shivani. Hook and Samoa Joe have learned what happens when the learning tree are thwarted. And now look at Brian Keith right here, taking it out on Shibata as we knew he would.
Well, Katsuyori Shibata in trouble. Brian Keith in the driver's seat, and fans, the action continues in picture-in-picture.
Well, the last thing we heard from Brian Keith, as you saw right before we went to the break, was respect Chris Jericho. I mean, you've got him brainwashed.
It's not brainwashed, Shivani. It's another kind of drifting wrestler who came into the Jericho Vortex and is now 3 times the star that he ever was.
Drifting? I didn't know he had a Toyota Supra.
But, you know what? You are right about that.
I'm always right about it, Shivani. This is the thing that I do here. I did it with the Redwood. I'm doing it with the Bad Apple. Making these guys into main event superstars. I've done it time and time again here at AEW.
Keith Shibata able to kick down. Just a 1 count.
So selfless, Chris, I have to say. I mean, what he's done for me and the Bad Apple is just nothing short of extraordinary. We went from, you know, a mid-card level, I'd say, straight to the top.
Former World Tag Team Champion, though.
I'm saying, when Chris grabbed me, you know, I had already lost the World Tag Team Championship, and I was kind of, you know, my confidence was a little shot.
He was in a rut.
Brought him back up, right? You brought him back up.
That's what I do. I'm the uplifter. I should copyright that. The uplifter.
The uplifter.
See, look at the Bad Apple here, the confidence that he's got here against Katsuyori Shibata. He's never had this before. He's never looked this good. He's never looked this crazy. He's never looked that intense.
That's true, but I would actually say that it's more of Katsuyori Shibata bringing it out of him, bringing the fight to Brian Keith, and Brian Keith returning in kind.
You sound like an internet fan, Excalibur. Listen to these chops. Look, you sound like this guy right here, this bald guy with the red shirt on. What a loser.
You know they have the internet on phones now?
Yeah. Oh. You're probably looking at yours right now.
Katsuyori Shibata kicking out again.
I like this Brian Keith.
You should, man. You absolutely should. 13 years on the independent scene in Texas, and now part of the learning tree. Look what he's become.
Doling out these kicks to Shibata, chops, and taking him off his feet.
To Brian Keith's credit, not backing down. Somebody with the wrestling resume of Katsuyori Shibata. Keith is not showing any intimidation by the legendary career of Shibata.
Well, it's like Shivani said, 13 years that Brian Keith has been on the job. This is his biggest spotlight, no pun intended, he's ever had. He's taking advantage of his opportunities here.
I mean, it'll be 25 years for Katsuyori Shibata come this October, but yeah, Keith is taking it to the veteran. But Shibata, very crafty, technical wrestler, looking to escape, looking to hammer down on the jaw, but Keith returns fire. Oof. Look, Shibata did not react from that round kick, nor from that chop. The wrestler Katsuyori Shibata, the bad apple. Brian Keith going one-on-one here tonight at Dynamite, and we are joined at the commentary desk by none other than the learning tree himself, Chris Jericho. Jericho, how would you rate your protege's progress?
I mean, you can see it right here. Brian Keith is tougher, hi guys, and crazier than he's ever been, more intense as he's taking it out on the wrestler. The bad apple ain't taking no guff here tonight.
Oh, but neither is Katsuyori Shibata, just absorbing these blows.
Backing him into the corner. How about that one blow? Well, he absorbed those blows, like you said, Excalibur, and one blow put Keith down.
Come on, bad apple. Look at these vicious forearms thrown by Shibata. Both these men angry about the arm injuries afflicted on each other by each other.
That headbutt from Brian Keith caught Shibata unawares, and now Keith, center of the ring, neck breaker on Shibata. The cover, the leg is hooked. Very close there, and Brian Keith, high IQ move there, returning to the arm of Shibata, but baiting a man for the exploder. Shibata lowers his weight. Oh, Keith able to overcome. Great suplex there. The cover.
I told you, Brian Keith, very impressive, but much more impressive now since he's been associated with Chris Jericho in the learning tree.
109 days as the FTW champion.
Wow, you're right, Big Bill. Thank you so much, Redwood.
100 days, I mean, that's something, but 109, Chris, I mean, next level.
And thanks for the cake last week as well.
Of course.
Brian Keith.
Come on, look at the headbutt right to the jaw.
The headbutt catching Shibata in the jaw, but now big trip by Shibata, who maintains wrist control of the bad apple, Brian Keith.
You know, Shibata is tremendous, but I think he's better when he's angry. You can tell he's fired up now.
Felt that one.
The claw. Yes, absolutely.
The claw.
His long-standing relationship with the Von Erichs.
And now to the Juji Gatame. Brian Keith taps out immediately.
It's not what I like to see.
Shibata. And Chris Jericho leaving the desk, and a Bill from behind Shibata. His head striking that top rope.
Excalibur, you knew this was going to happen, win or lose for Shibata. They were going to attack him, and now it's 3-on-1 here for crying out loud.
That Big Bill, he blasted Katsuyori Shibata with that, and now look at this Jericho, Big Bill,
thumbs up.
Brian Keith,
big smiles. Who are they trying to fool? Look, they're trying to choke the life out of him.
And Bill and Brian Keith line him up, that FTW championship in Jericho's hand. This could... Wait a second.
What? Wait a minute.
Could it be? It is! Here comes Hook! The cold-hearted, handsome double hook sends Big Bill packing, and it's going right at the FTW champion, Chris Jericho!
There's no stopping him!
And Hook sent Jericho to the ropes, trying to line him up for a suplex, and Jericho bails out. And Jericho, apoplectic by the reemergence of the former FTW champion, the cold-hearted, handsome devil Hook.
What an incredible reaction of the fans. It is great to see Hook back.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, they're going back to the ring. No, they're not.
No, now that Shibata's got to his feet, now that Shibata's standing shoulder to shoulder with Hook, want no part of it, but last week, Roosh, the Beast Mordos, Roderick Strong picked up a huge win over the Conglomeration. Conglomeration requested a rematch, but I understand facing some travel issues here tonight as the Hurricane comes into North Carolina.
Orange Cassidy, you are scheduled for a rematch tonight against Roderick Strong, Roosh, and the Beast Mortos. However, the rest of the conglomeration is not here with you. We've been having a ton of travel issues with people getting into North Carolina tonight. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm still going to do it.
Do you think that that's a good idea?
I mean, probably not, but I found a couple of local boys that are, well, they were actually looking for a fight, so I think it'll be all right.
Okay. Well, let me know if you need anything.
Do you want to wrestle for me?
No, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't let you do that. I'm just kidding. All right, I got to go. Bye.
Good luck.
Orange Cassidy getting some reinforcements here tonight, but coming up next on Dynamite, the AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, will sit down with good old JR, the Hall of Famer, Jim Ross.
Hey guys, joining me now, Hangman Adam Page. Hangman, last week on Dynamite, you lost to Darby Allin. You know, ever since you returned between the Owen, the loss at Blood and Guts to what happened last week, you've not exactly been getting the outcomes that you've been looking for.
There has been one thing, one man that I wanted, to take everything that I could from him, to leave him with nothing but the ash of his pride. But for that one man, there have been a dozen or more other dumbasses to get in my way, and justice delayed is justice denied. But look at me and believe me when I tell you that I will have what I want.
Well, Hangman Adam Page obviously still laser focused on Swerve Strickland. But speaking of which, the Hall of Fame voice of professional wrestling, Jim Ross, sat down with the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland earlier today. Let's take a look.
So I'm just excited about what the fans are going to see, and I don't know that enough of them understand what they could miss if they don't watch this event. That motivates me as a broadcaster.
Right.
Does it motivate you as a wrestler?
In every single way. In every fiber of my being, in every, molecule in my body. I am beyond motivated. Tagging with and going against legends last year at All In and losing, to going all the way to main eventing this year. It means the world to me. And that path truly changed me as an individual.
You've done some controversial things.
For sure.
Or you feel have any remorse over those, or did you do it just because that's what I had to do?
Once again, like I said, you knock on the door long enough and they don't allow you in, you got to make noise.
I got you.
And if you make enough noise, people will listen finally.
Have you sit back and thought about how violent and punishing Bryan Danielson is?
And I think people are taking away how physical this match is going to really be.
Agree 100%.
I was sitting back on my couch watching Bryan Danielson kick people's teeth out.
Yeah.
Literally, on camera. I know what he has left in him. And that's why he's fighting as hard as he is, especially against me. He knows how hard he has to fight against me.
He's wrestling this match as if it is his last one.
It could be.
But he's talking like this is it. Win, lose, or draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is before he even gets to the AEW World Championship. If that wasn't enough of a prize and a motivator for Bryan, now it's about legacy. Legacy is what's on the line. And he's run into a crossroads from the simple fact that who is he without any of this? He needs something to get up in the morning and fight for. And without it, who is he? If I was in the same situation as him and the roles were reversed, would he give a damn about me? Would anybody in this roster give a damn that I was going to be on my way out?
Let me say this. They shouldn't.
They shouldn't, so why should I?
That's right.
I'm in the position. I'm in the driver's seat now. I control the narrative. I control the fate. I control this company now at this point. That's what worries people, and that's what worries people about me holding this. And it should worry Brian as well. Because, do I really care about him being a father? No. Do I really care about him being a parent and coming home to Bree and all this other stuff? Not really.
I believe this is going to be the toughest match you've ever had. Knowing...
Now, why do you believe that? What makes you think that? What happens when his body gives out on him? How does he defend himself? What if the nerves in his arm just don't work anymore? His neck seizes on him. Everybody always talks about what they're going to do to inflict pain on somebody else. That's what makes them so good. That's what makes them dangerous. What do you do when none of that works because you can't work? Yeah.
Well, you know he's going to be hard to beat.
Well,
can you beat Bryan Danielson at Wembley Stadium?
Not only can I beat Bryan Danielson, I will beat Bryan Danielson in Wembley Stadium. And then his legacy belongs to me now.
Will August 25th be the end of Bryan Danielson, or will it be the start of something, of unexplored territory in terms of the AEW World Championship? We will find out all in London. Title versus career.
This is a trios tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from wherever, going whatever, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Well, I guess I'm allowed back at work here at the desk.
It's good to have you back.
And it's good to have Hook back as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And who are these? He said he had, Orange Cassidy had a couple of local guys.
Oh, get more local than this.
Joining him from Asheville, North Carolina, at a combined weight of 443 pounds, Dax the Axe Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR.
Well, Asheville, North Carolina, just west of us here, down I-40. Look at this.
Wow, we're joined at the desk by Don Callis because your man Roosh is part of the opposition for these three, and this is an unexpected twist, I'd say, Don.
Well, you know what? I'll do business with anyone if it's in my best interest, and I think you're going to see tonight that what we have planned is in my best interest.
Well, it was 1 week ago that Roosh, Roderick Strong, and the Beast Mortos picked up a victory over the conglomeration trio. Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and tonight the travel issues, though, affecting Kyle O'Reilly, affecting Mark Briscoe. Orange Cassidy was able to make it into town yesterday, but some pretty impressive reinforcements for Orange Cassidy, I'd say.
It's a good call for Orange Cassidy, but look at this.
Lambs to the slaughter is what I would call those guys teaming with Orange.
And their opponents, the Beast Mortos, Roderick Strong, and El Toro Blanco.
Taz, it was impressive 1 week ago when these three men teaming up for the first time ever scored the victory over the conglomeration.
Oh, absolutely. And whenever you can do that against those time athletes, it's super impressive. But to Don Callis' point, these are some bad dudes right here. So FTR and Orange Cassidy need to really be careful.
And speaking of first time ever, I'm not quite sure about this, but at least to my mind, this is the first time ever that Orange Cassidy and FTR have shared a ring, Tony.
Yeah, and I believe you are right. And it's going to be interesting to see how they can gel together as a trios. But I'm telling you, Beast Mortos, for a guy his size, is an incredible athlete. And to me, Rouge, pound for pound, is one of the most lethal men that we have here in AEW.
Rouge doesn't come out here wearing fancy sunglasses and trying to make a point. Rouge makes a point with his fists, and he's going to do it, and I can't wait to see him stick it to Dax the Axe.
Speaking of somebody that makes the point with their fists, Dax the Axe has a very, very heavy hitter.
Oh, he is, as is his partner Cash. Both those men, FTR can throw hands, but Rouge can also. as you hear right there with those chops.
Roosh backing up Dax to the corner. That last one might have gotten a little high to the face of Dax Harwood.
Yeah, Roosh is just so violent.
Good. And Beast Mordos drop kick, or drop to hold. Excuse me, and there's the drop kick from Roosh. And now Mordos covering. Sense of urgency there. Mordos knows exactly who he's stepping into the ring with. Former AEW World Tag Team Champions in FTR, former AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy.
Speaking of former champions, here's another one, Roderick Strong, who's been, since his arrival here in AEW, has been really successful, both in tag team trios and in singles competition.
And Roderick Strong is the man that ended the second reign of Orange Cassidy as International Champion.
The thing about Roderick is he can certainly take a lot of punishment.
And he's getting punished right now. Cash Wheeler, the legal man. Orange Cassidy driving the shoulder into the midsection. Of course, Roderick with Taven and Bennett. Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, that part of the Undisputed Kingdom, lurking at ringside.
I don't know if there's anyone Excalibur pound for pound who's tougher than Roddy Strong.
Well, Dax Harwood looking for the cover. Roderick Strong to kick out.
Yeah, Dax had a really nice snap suplex on Roddy Strong. Really putting the offense to him, but yeah, Strong is definitely a tough hombre. But that teamwork by FTR.
Drop toe hold, elbow drop, and then Orange Cassidy, the elbow drop onto the spine of Roderick Strong.
The first time together, they are really working well. There was a tag and then another tag quickly.
Oh, baiting in Mordos and Roosh into the waiting right hands of FTR.
A lot of great trios teams around. I'm telling you, I'm liking what I've seen from these three. Orange Cassidy and FTR.
FTR.
What do we got here?
Pockets in there?
That's just great.
Okay.
Taven and Bennett heckling from ringside as this match continues in picture-in-picture.
I did the Taz.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Cassidy returns Roderick Strong to the ring. And Roderick retreating, but into enemy territory there. Tag made, Dax Harwood. Good work here by FTR OC.
Oh, smart right on that arm.
FT Rock, which was a different model of the I-Rock from the 80s. Card.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Landed like a lead balloon. Landed like an I-Rock, dropped from on top of a building.
Should I cough again?
Just really letting that linger. Shot to the chest by Roderick Strong. Now here's a matchup that I like. Roderick Strong, Dax Harwood.
Yeah.
I especially like it when he's kicking the hell out of Dax.
Well, they're two great strikers. There's no doubt about that. See, look at this. I mean, Dax coming out with axe-type blows, really.
That's why they call him Dax the Axe. I mean, it rhymes too, which helps.
Yeah, of course.
Cash Wheeler stomp on that inside of the elbow.
They have kept Roderick in there quite a while here.
Yeah, and by virtue of that, they've kept Mordos and Roosh out of this match. And Cash taking them off the apron. Roderick scores with the drop kick, but
cheap shot by Cash there. Don't like to see that, guys.
That's great ring awareness is what it is, right, Taz? When you're in that corner?
It is. I mean, you got to defend, right? You got to defend. But I get what Don's saying, but, you know, look it. You're in a survival mode here. Survival mode. It's like me at this desk. I got to survive with you people.
He's in survival mode now because he's in with Roosh.
Oh.
You got to survive with us here at the desk.
That's what I said, Shivani. Okay. Don't start busting my balls. I'm telling you right now. I'm not in the mood.
After what the Elite did to you tonight, I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's like I get pulled out of work. It's ridiculous. Thanks, Excalibur. Anyway.
No man's land here. Cash went rolling in there at one time.
We're back live on AEW Dynamite. Big time trios match underway. Orange Cassidy getting some surprise reinforcements from North Carolina's own FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. But Beast Mordos, Roderick Strong, and El Toro Blanco Roosh working together quite well.
Here comes Roddy now. You know, he wants to get a little redemption. Oh, quick tag out. I kind of like it. I didn't expect it. I think it's smart. Let's see, a little double team action, maybe triple team action.
Yeah, Roosh is fresh, but didn't he just tag in Mortos?
He did.
Well, right now, Cash Wheeler on the receiving end of 3 consecutive shots from the opposition as Mortos pops out.
That's it.
Driving down the small drop, cover, 2, and remember, it was 1 week ago, Mortos, he got the pinfall victory over the Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe. So he's certainly capable of hanging with the best here in AEW.
Yeah, Mortos 7, or make it Roosh 7-1. Mortos has had a lot of success in Ring of Honor and here in AEW.
It's been a very popular addition to the Don Callis Sunday family dinners the odd time.
What, Mortos?
Yes.
As Cash Wheeler, though, trying to fight out of the grip of Roderick Strong. Right hands and Roderick, though, hanging on, trying to anchor Cash into the ring.
Go sit down here.
Oh, into the backbreaker. Roderick Strong driving Cash down. Now the leg blocked, and Cash Wheeler able to break out, but Roderick maintaining pressure, applying pressure, and Taz with that knee in the back after that backbreaker. This got to be agony for Cash Wheeler.
Brutal, especially across the mouth and nose with that clasp. You know, this guy, Roderick Strong, we all know if this guy can dismantle the human body in that ring. He's been doing it for a long time, meaning Roderick Strong.
Cash Wheeler, though, turns things around on Strong. The roll up, and very nearly the victory, but Roderick went for that high knee, but instead Cash went underneath, and now,
oh, nice jabs right there, and a right hand. Another one by Dax.
Yeah, Roddy's been getting the brunt of all of this offense.
Dax has a great straight right hand, one of the best in the business.
Heavy-handed, but Roosh, a shot to the back of the head.
It sucks when that happens. Oh, you get hit in the back of the head or back, you can't see it like that. That's rough.
As Mortos, it's reversed there by Dax underneath, and Mortos taken down by the spine buster.
Nice power. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he's taking on all 3 men here, and you're right. Power to spare.
Oh, inside cradle there. 2, and Roderick Strong telegraphed the back body drop. Dax made him nearly pay for that.
Oh, counter roll here by Dax. Gonna bridge back. Oh, I thought maybe he would bridge back.
Dax up to the middle rope, takes down Roderick Strong. The lateral press. Strong able to kick out.
Seeing more to Dax than just being a striker here tonight.
Oh, no, between the ropes, him. Yeah, look, FTR as a cohesive unit, they are tremendous professional wrestlers, period, between the ropes. Ain't no doubt about it.
Don't become 2-time former AEW World Tag Team Champions by accident.
Yeah, Dax and Cash for sure, no doubt.
Oh my goodness.
Good gosh.
Every time Roddy gets up.
Well, Roddy dishes out those chops too, so I guess turnabout's fair play.
Yeah, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven looking on from ringside, not liking what they're seeing. Their partner in the Undisputed Kingdom is Dax Harwood trying to get his positioning on the top rope, bringing Roderick Strong up. Strong trying to bring his feet inside, trying to slip underneath, and Dax first. And the blind tag made there by Mortos. As Mortos up to the top. Whoa. Beast Mortos taking flight, the cover, and Dax Harwood.
Yikes.
Barely kicking out.
That big man can fly, Excalibur. It's amazing his size.
Very impressive athlete.
Yeah, Mortos extremely agile for a man of his size. You would, just at a visual inspection, Taz, you would think that he's a power guy. He's a striker, a lot of big throws, a lot of big blows, but instead he can do amazing things in the air.
Well, as a luchador too, you need to be able to do that, and he does. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, it's the kingdom or members of
Matt Taven behind the referee's back, and now Mike Bennett getting his shots in as well.
Bennett and Taven, they know when to strike.
Well, Taven and Bennett picking their shots, and fans, this trios match continues in picture-in-picture. Can Cassidy and FTR survive?
Well, we haven't seen that much of Orange Cassidy in this matchup, and I'm not so sure after what we just saw we're going to see much more of it.
Oh, good gosh.
Wow.
That man knocked that man's head off.
How about that move, Taz?
Now Mortos, wow, lateral press.
Grabbing the knee and just falling back.
Yeah, you can hyperextend the knee with no problem with something like that.
Now El Toro Blanco Roosh of the Don Callis family tagging in.
I hope he gives him the horns.
Oh, what a right hand there by Roosh.
Here it is.
Don, you may be getting your wish here as Roosh lining up and Dax covered up and
stutter step.
Love that.
Tranquilo, says El Toro Blanco Roosh.
Muy tranquilo.
And Dax looks rattled by that. Oh, Mordos getting a little shot there. Oh, again, Roosh with those right hands. Sending Dax sternum first in that top turnbuckle pad.
Well, Dax has not been the same since he went head first in that top turnbuckle pad to our left.
Just put his hand over the mouth, smother him a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Well, two heavy hitters right here, Roosh and Dax.
And two pains in the ass in Taven and Bennett.
Oh, boy, are they ever. Don Callis level.
And good teamwork here from El Toro Blanco and the Beast Mordos. As Mordos floats over into the lateral press again. Dax barely kicking out there.
Mordos grunting at the referee there. That's a level of intimidation we don't often talk about, but it's there.
Oh. But Roosh could be making a mistake here. We do not want to allow an athlete, Dax Harwood, any avenue to return to this match. Action continues live tonight. AEW Dynamite, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm Excalibur, joined by Taz, Tony Schiavone, and Don Callis. Is Don, your man Roosh, taking the fight, landing some heavy, heavy shots to Dax Harwood of FTR.
Roosh really is a one-man wrecking machine.
Oh, but Dax, right as you say that, both men, right hands, both men go down.
Wow.
Both men landed right on the point of the chin.
Don, very quickly, we were remiss not asking you how Kyle Fletcher's doing after that brutal attack. Is he okay?
You know, listen, Kyle's going to be fine, but we got to deal with the fact that Will Ospreay, I mean, listen, I don't know where he was. I would have been, hopefully, would have been there to defend his guy. Says it's his guy.
He was trapped in a room. Oh! He was locked and trapped in a room. He didn't realize it until he was trying to get through the door. But anyway, back to this match here.
Right now,
Dax Harwood is looking for some relief. And now may find it from Orange Cassidy, the fresh man.
Watch out!
As freshly squeezed, takes down Roosh.
Great job by Orange Cassidy. He's not done, though.
Cassidy to his feet to Harris. Takes down El Toro Blanco. Roosh swinging a miss by Roderick Strong. And DDT!
Nicely done by Mr. OC.
Here he goes. He's a fresh man. Oh, watch out.
Use your speed here. Oh, there you go.
Yep, Tope takes out Roderick Strong on the outside. Ducks underneath the grip of Mordos. And now the Deja, no. Instead, Deja Vu into the DDT from Orange Cassidy.
Obviously, you don't know where it's coming from when he's doing that and when he's going to hook it in. And now, Orange Punch time.
And the elbow pad coming off. Typically the precursor for the Orange Punch. But, right hand from Roderick Strong drops him down to the floor. Mordos with a spear. Cut him in half.
Enough of the distraction there by Roddy Strong.
And Dax Harwood gets taken down. Cash the leapfrog over the top. And, powerbomb there by Cash.
All right, what a great trios match.
Roosh ducks underneath. Drives down Cash, but his back is turned. And while that's happening, Orange Cassidy makes break. Cassidy covers Roosh, kicking out barely a 1 count.
That's a statement kick out right there, guys.
Absolutely it is. Look at the face of OC.
And fans, I understand we have some breaking news directly from Tony Khan about All in London coming up on Sunday, August 25th on pay-per-view. The Casino Gauntlet match for a guaranteed shot at the AEW World Championship. Some of the biggest names in AEW will be part of this Casino Gauntlet match coming up on August 25th.
Casino Gauntlet match has become quite a spectacle here in AEW. Everybody's looking forward to it. This is going to be the biggest one ever.
As Roosh, the German suplex and a world title shot will be coming to the winner of that Casino Gauntlet match at any time, but Roosh maybe winning it right here. The near leg hook, and Cash Wheeler breaks it up.
Yeah, great save by Wheeler right there.
And Mordos, what a headbutt there, taking down Cash. And Mordos, the tornado barely clipping Cash, but caught him enough and almost landing on his feet.
Over the top.
Mordos hitting on Taven and Bennett in the crowd. And the Stun Dog Millionaire on the floor, but
Land right on his tailbone did Orange Cassidy. That's why he's grabbing his buttocks like that. That's a tough landing.
How about that one punch? That time put down. Oh, here we go.
Kick his teeth out.
You mess with the ball.
I think it's going to happen.
You get the... No! You get the orange punch! Roosh fired back. Massive right hand of his own.
What a freaking match.
What a man Roosh is.
Yeah, standing up
right.
both to Dax and Cash. Look at Roosh.
This is why I signed this guy.
Fighting his way out of some very deep water. As
Gonna get him.
Dax, the cover!
Whoa, come on. Don, I'm surprised.
Wrestling Squeeze, Orange Cassidy, and FTR.
Your man lost the match. What are your feelings about this?
What am I? Shut up.
Great debut for OFTR.
Hell of a battle. Hell of a trios match for sure.
Well, the top contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Acclaim, they had some words for FTR at Collision this past Saturday.
Whoa! It sounds like it's just not me. It sounds like it's just not North Carolina. Sounds like the mic people don't want you to talk either tonight. Listen, you guys, look, I have all the respect in the world for what you've done for AEW. I really do. But here's the problem. This goes beyond AEW. This is for the AEW. You know what? I'm not as eloquent on the mic as y'all. We're real men. Break through this wall. Let's go.
Wow, they want to fight. Inviting the fight. FTR now going right after the Acclaim, Caster and Bowens. And security once again having to become involved, having to separate combatants here as Dax and Cash, Bowens and Caster. Mayhem.
I love how emotions are high 18 days away from Wembley. I just love it.
Well, remember, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Acclaimed, they are the top contenders for those titles, but FTR, I mean, they say that they're the top contenders. They're the team that should dethrone the Young Bucks.
So many combustible items going into All In. And I can't wait for Wembley coming up on the 25th.
Well, speaking of combustible items, let's take you back to this past Saturday night at Collision. The AEW World Trios Champions, the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch were ambushed not only by the returning Buddy Matthews and House of Black, but also by the Bang Bang Gang, and Nick Wayne thrown back to the wolves by none other than Kip Sabian, Christian Cage, helpless to look on. And after all that ensued, Christian Cage and the Patriarchy had this to say.
Now it seems there's a bit of a problem at the top of the Trios division. You have the House of Black that were the #1 contenders until they unfortunately lost a member for a period of time and are looking to stake their claim to that prize once again. And then you have, on the other hand, the former champions, the Bang Bang Gang, the champions that we beat for these titles, looking for their rematch. Well, it's fortunate for both of you that I made some calls, I talked to some people, and this week, this Saturday on Collision, It's going to be the Bang Bang Gang versus the House of Black for the right to officially be called the #1 contenders for the Trios Championships. But being the nice guy that I am, I decided to up the stakes for you boys, make it a little more enticing. The winner of that match will face the patriarchy at the biggest show of the year, at All In, at Wembley Stadium. Oh, and since you guys seem to bicker and fight between yourselves over who should be the champions, like children do, maybe some order needs to be kept. Some discipline needs to be in order in the form of a father. That's why I'll be the special referee for said match. See you at Collision.
The Masked Man hologram.
One of the most exciting and scintillating young stars in Lucha Libre here today. He stepped through a portal here to AEW.
He's coming up with something different every week.
Strap in for this one.
Listen to the fans respond to that.
Wow, look at that, smooth as silk. Wow! It's a human highlight reel. This risk-taking, flashy young star.
Where the fans are behind this young man, there is no question.
One of the most innovative, exciting young stars in all of wrestling today. And Tony Schiavone, I got to say, quite jealous that you and Nigel have been able to call all of his matches on Collision.
3 weeks, undefeated, spectacular. Hologram is going to make a difference here in AEW.
This is a 2-on-1 match. Everyone fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied by the CEO, Mercedes Money, the Breakhouse, Camille.
Taz, you want to talk about a difference maker. Camille has been exactly that for Mercedes Moné.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Clara Carter and Jasmine Howe.
I mean, she definitely is a difference maker. The Brick House 2-on-1 situation.
Those two women look like they're about to be fed to a wood chipper. And
that's right.
That is maybe not a wood chipper, but a brick house.
Looks like Shivani in a production meeting.
I had no comeback for that.
Well, a 2-on-1 match here tonight for Camille. And these two women, I think, missing an opportunity there, should have got the jump on Camille, because if she gets moving, these two young women are in serious, serious trouble.
Look at Mercedes on the outside. She's laughing. She loves it. She knows who she is aligned with in Camille, how dominant this woman can be and is.
Yeah, Mercedes Moné, of course, the New Japan Strong Women's champion, as well as the TBS champion. And that TBS championship will be on the line at All In London 18 days away on Sunday, August 25th, when the CEO puts that championship up for grabs against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
CEO versus DMD. Look at these two ladies trying their best to this incredible athletic specimen.
Well, yeah, you have to try to. I mean, it's all the rules, right? It's 2-on-1, so you got to try not to be made an example of if you're one of the other two ladies here. But Camille, Shivani, she's just so powerful and tough.
Yeah, she came in to AEW just incredible. She rocked Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, like she was nothing. I mean, just picked her up just easily.
Yeah, the torture rack bomb is. Oh, Camille got one and now gets the other. Whoa! A pump kick, full extension, full destruction. As now Camille, there's that torture rack. She gets her opponent up, does Camille. Applies the rack and then the bomb. Just devastation by the Brickhouse Camille.
And the CEO loves it on the outside.
She's the muscle.
Now, Camille. Oh, God. Man. Camille covering both opponents and getting the win.
The Brickhouse, Camille.
Well, Camille setting the tone for sure on the women's roster, and the CEO at the top of the heap there saying, this is my lady right here. Look how tough and strong she is.
Say hello to the Brick House, Camille.
I mean, does Dr. Britt Baker stand a chance
And
at
North
All in
Carolina.
London?
Please say hello to your CEO. And don't even waste your breath on chanting the DMD, because she is not here tonight. Shout out to my EVPs for suspending Britt Baker so we don't have to deal with her till All In. How sweet is that?
Very sweet.
Look, I hate to be the one to break it to you guys, but the DMD is not here. Oh, poor little DMD. Let's talk about the DMD. She is the first ever woman signed here in AEW. How impressive. But you know, they always say that Britt's the first, but never the best. But these two titles let you know that I'm the best in AEW.
Pardon me, CEO up here. I've just been informed by Christopher Daniels that Tony Khan has overruled the Elite, and he has lifted the suspension of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And we do understand that we do have Britt Baker via satellite standing by. Let's go to her.
Mercedes, you can run, get a bodyguard, and even get me suspended. But you can't stop me. This match is on at All In, just like I've been all in since day one. And when I make a commitment to something, I see it through to the end. Unlike you. Because we all know the second things don't go your way, you take your ball and you go home. You're not the future. Let's get real. AEW is just the flavor of the month for you, where for me, AEW is home. So go ahead, Mercedes, walk your walk, talk your talk, and count your money. But this ends at All In, when I become TBS champion and the first female in AEW to beat Mercedes Moné. And now, I have 7 days to think of how I'm gonna get my hands on you next week. And if you doubt for a single second that I won't be able to figure out a way, don't. You can trust me. I'm a doctor. Yours truly, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Well, Britt Baker sending a message to the CEO and Camille, trying to calm down the TBS champion, but
CEO, we're not too happy, but 18 days.
Yep, they will figure it out at All In London. CEO versus DMD for the TBS Championship. But also in 18 days' time, it will be Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson. Swerve Strickland's AEW World Championship on the line, as is the professional wrestling career of Bryan Danielson.
When I came to AEW, I said I was going to kick people's heads in, and I said I was going to win the AEW World Championship. Now, over the last 3 years, I've kicked a lot of people's heads in, but I have not won the AEW World Championship yet.
Bryan Danielson will compete for the AEW World Championship at All In London.
I know you like to make a lot of promises, and let me make a promise to you. I promise you that you will not be walking out of All In as champion. Hell, after I'm done with you, you may never walk again. This is Swerve Strickland's time.
Swerve, I have one more promise. I promise if I don't win the AEW World Championship, I will never wrestle again.
As if the stakes for All in London could possibly get any higher.
Your title versus my career.
This might be my last shot, and I'm going out on top.
Well, that match 18 days away, but our Dynamite main event just moments away. The last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Anything goes. Welcome back to Dynamite, and let's take you back to this past Saturday. 3 international athletes, Lee Moriarty, Tomohiro Ishii, and Claudio Castagnoli did battle. All 3 men looking for a shot at Kazuchika Okada in the AEW Continental Championship. It was a hard-fought battle, an absolute back-and-forth war, but it was Claudio Castagnoli that ultimately prevailed, earning the victory and earning the shot at the Rainmaker. And we understand that 1 week from tonight, Kazuchika Okada and Claudio Castagnoli will go face-to-face live on Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat!
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Tony, a man who so closely tied to professional wrestling, I mean, throughout the entire world, but especially right here in the Mid-Atlantic.
Still get goosebumps every time he walks into the arena. He looks great. He stays in great shape.
And one of the greatest of all time, there's no doubt about it.
And Ricky,
I know the Dragon a long time. He's a good man, too. Real good dude, no doubt. Happy he's here.
And Ricky will be joining us here at the desk for our main event, this one-on-one anything goes matchup.
Winston-Salem, anything goes in your main event tonight. And the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Approaching the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 197 pounds, the American Dragon.
Whoa. My goodness, I didn't expect that. It's anything goes, though, right? And they're going. He started with a guitar.
You see Jarrett J. Lethal questioning what Jeff Jarrett's doing. But, I mean, Mr. Steamboat, we've heard from Jeff Jarrett over the last few weeks. He says that Bryan Danielson needs to be prepared for anything at Wembley Stadium and All in London. Do you think this is Jarrett's way of preparing him?
This is a signature trademark. Okay, he's always been a backstabber. He's always taken the low road. But he truly feels that this is the way to get Danielson ready. This is a Jeff Jarrett way.
It definitely is, Ricky. And I'll tell you what, if he keeps bringing this type of offense, Jarrett, I don't know if Danielson's gonna make it to London. You know what I mean? Like, this is heavy.
Well, I'll take it. It is heavy, but I'll tell you, Danielson's been down this road several times. He's always managed to make it back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Jeff Jarrett thinking pain is the best teacher, but you know, Tony, we know that the lengths that Swerve Strickland went to capture the AEW World Championship. Just imagine the lengths he will go to defend that championship on AEW's biggest stage.
When you got to wrestle a man like Swerve, nobody better to wrestle than Jeff Jarrett.
Well, because you're right, Shivani, because of the unpredictability and the violence that Jarrett can bring.
And Jarrett is right now being, needless to say, Ricky Steamboat very aggressive, but he is preparing Bryan Danielson for what's going to happen in 18 days.
Well, that's true. And what little bit that I've seen on some film of his opponent over there, the guy's a monster.
Yeah, Swerve Strickland is. He's been a great champion at AEW.
And absolutely ruthless as well. But
absolutely. Well, you got to be, right? I mean,
yeah, you do have to be.
Jarrett, the thumb to the eyes. And, you know, Jarrett, Mr. Steamboat, as you were saying, is no stranger to a match like this. I mean, he's fought in an orchestra pit. You know, and now has no compunctions about taking this match up into the concession stands.
You know, his mindset, I'm talking about Jarrett, is to get Danielson ready. He's going to do everything that he possibly can do to him.
Well, Danielson, you can see the KT tape on the back. Danielson has put his career on the line for one match. And look at, for crying out loud.
This is a very tough lesson for Bryan Danielson, or a very tough wake-up call, I should say. Danielson, among the best wrestlers in the world, but Jeff Jarrett is trying to say, you need to be prepared for everything at All in London, I suspect, Ted.
Yeah, well, I think you're right, and I think that can in the hand looks like a kind of a brew can or something. Popping Jarrett is definitely working for Danielson.
As Jeff Jarrett may have awoken the American Dragon here, who up on the concourse level, laying in those kicks.
Yeah, I got him fired up, and Ricky Steamboat, you've seen a lot of matches. You've been in matches like this. I mean, sometimes they don't last long, but sometimes they can go on forever.
That is true, and I look at this, and it's just like a street fight.
Absolutely.
And the low blow from Jarrett, of course, all legal here tonight. It is anything goes. As Jeff Jarrett sends Danielson crashing in. And you saw Karen Jarrett, you saw Jay Lethal coming out. They were surprised by the level of aggression that Jeff Jarrett was showing, but that just shows the gravity of what's going on in All in London. Jarrett, I mean, he's been so motivated ever since that Owen Hart Foundation tournament came about this year.
I'd say for me personally, it's so great to be sitting out here with the legend Ricky Steamboat. I called many of his matches back in the day on TBS, called many great Jeff Jarrett matches, and now Bryan Danielson this era. Feels like to be three different eras. It's staring us in the face right here as we head to Wembley Stadium. What a moment. What a moment.
I'm telling you, it just proves you've been around like, what, 300-400 years?
Yeah, it feels that way. Sometimes.
I was going to be nice and say 3 or 4 decades.
This is absolutely great.
Bryan Danielson just getting bounced all around by those vicious right hands of Jeff Jarrett. And Jarrett now, once again, looking at suplex.
Oh, he blocked it. He blocked. Nice block. Nice low risk.
Danielson, and that garbage can rolled out of the way. A very, very rough landing for Jeff Jarrett and fans. Our main event. It's anything goes. It's anything goes. It's Jeff Jarrett and it's Bryan Danielson, and it continues in picture.
My God, he's got him by the nostrils.
Well, as we said, right, it's anything goes, so you got to just throw out all the stops and just go wild, man. It's just like Steamboat said, it's a fight. It's a street fight.
Yeah, Ricky, this is where it's really dangerous. You can take a tumble down some steel or some concrete steps here.
Situations like this, they don't realize. You get caught up in the moment, your adrenaline is rushing, but you could have a career-ending bad bump coming down those cement stairs.
Absolutely could.
And you're right. And what a lot of people don't realize is throughout the night, people spilling beverages, beers, sodas, whatever. It gets slippery out there. I mean, it really does on the steps. So it's very easy to slip and just take a little bump ski and you're in trouble.
And remember at one time, too, Bryan Danielson, he thought his entire pro wrestling career was over. And that he would never compete in a pro wrestling ring again. And now, with the end of his full-time in-ring career looming, he puts his entire career on the line against Swerve Strickland in one match at Wembley Stadium coming up in 18 days' time. That's why Jeff Jarrett, I think, is so intent on focusing Danielson. Don't lose sight of what you thought you lost at one point.
I mean, Jeff Jarrett has grabbed just about everything he can on the way down. Some guy's popcorn, trash can.
And Jarrett?
You know what? He's showing Bryan Danielson what it's going to take to have to come back. And Bryan Danielson's making a little bit of a comeback right here.
He definitely has the fire in his eyes. Yeah, sorry, Rick.
As they were coming down the stairs, those fans were 1 foot away from watching the action. And seeing those guys up front and close take those shots. And, buddy, they were shots.
Yeah, no holding back between these two competitors. And seeing that level of violence up close, that's something extraordinary.
Well, Jarrett wedged that steel chair between the top and second rope. It's real tight in between those cable ropes. And now what the hell's Jarrett up to here?
Oh, Rick, I'm telling you, Ricky, right now Bryan Danielson's hurting.
I mean, Jeff Jarrett upending those stairs. And now looking to rain some right hands down on the head of the American Dragon.
Well, Jeff got higher up there because he wanted to get more leverage with those punches. That's why he did that.
Take a look at
I'm still trying to figure out why he turned those stairs around.
Yeah, he's got some bad intentions obviously going on in the mind right there, this Jarrett, because I'm not sure what he's looking to do with those upside down steps either.
We are live. Our main event is underway, and it is wild. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, Jeff Jarrett, anything goes. And Jeff Jarrett, we've only speculated on his intentions, trying to teach Bryan Danielson, trying to inform him what he's in store for against Swerve Strickland at All in London. But if Jarrett continues at this pace, Tony, Bryan Danielson may not make it to London.
Well, what Jarrett is trying to do. Oh, look at this.
There's the champ right there, Strickland, watching on with Prince Nana.
Absolutely, and obviously he's thinking about the same thing that you were talking about right there, and he wouldn't mind to see Danielson knock down a peg or two here. And I'm telling you, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat has joined us here at our broadcast position. Ricky, right now, Jeff Jarrett is controlling this match.
He's taking 80%.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's taking 80% of this match.
I'm going to tell you right now, I understand what we're all saying. It's true that Jarrett, is trying to prepare Danielson for Strickland in London. But I'm telling you what, I don't think Jarrett's just a good practice player. He's trying to win this match, guys.
Yeah, of course. He's got to try to win the match. Look at this.
Oh, Danielson, though, comes back. Hammers Jarrett in the face with that elbow strike.
Ricky, I know you know a lot about Bryan Danielson. He's an amazing competitor. One of the greats, really.
That is true. I remember going back more than 2 decades.
Sure.
And there was a guy that was following me around, and every time I turned around, I almost had a double knockout with him, asking me questions, but he was soaking it up like a sponge.
Yeah, I mean, you've known Danielson since he was a young man. What do you think it would mean for professional wrestling if August 25th, if All in London was indeed the end of Danielson's career?
I will say this, he has a career that wrestling fans around the world will talk about.
Right. Regardless of what happens, I agree.
Regardless of what happens, he's had a storied career.
Well, he sidestepped Jeff Jarrett there. Danielson is now...
Oh, he's going to go flying here.
Danielson! The American Dragon takes flight and knocks down Jeff Jarrett.
Man, if you don't like this night, this is one of the great nights. I'm telling you, Ricky Steamboat has had so many great matches here in the Triad area, here in Winston-Salem, of course in Greensboro, and now Jeff Jarrett and Bryan Danielson. We got champions all around us, and Danielson is mounting a comeback, Excalibur.
Who would ever think that we would be watching Jeff Jarrett and Bryan Danielson going one-on-one, let alone in an anything-goes match in the main event of Dynamite? With Wembley Stadium just 18 days away.
Yeah, with Ricky Steamboat right here with us. An amazing night.
Tell you what, Jarrett got clipped pretty good with that kick, that run drop kick there by Danielson. He popped Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett trying to let Danielson know of the gravity of the situation coming up on August 25th, All in London, when Danielson puts his career on the line against Swerve Strickland. And Jeff Jarrett may have awoken the Dragon here tonight as Danielson really picking up the aggression over the last few minutes.
Oh, my God.
Just one step ahead. There aren't many guys that have more experience in today's pro wrestling than Danielson, but Jarrett does. And now Danielson's got an issue with that knee, I believe.
And Ricky Steamboat, needless to say, this is an obvious statement. It takes some great cardiovascular training effort to still stay in a match like this. It really does.
It's amazing. And, people don't understand. They've been going at it now for, 15, 20 straight minutes, burning up a lot of energy. And every time you throw something, you're throwing it as hard as you can. Right. And it just keeps burning the energy up.
Now, wait a second. Now,
he's got his leg trapped in that chair.
That's bad. I don't understand this.
Yeah, it was.
I think Jeff just letting the moment and his emotions carry him away here. That's my thought. Maybe I'm wrong.
As Jeff Jarrett, he could end the career of Bryan Danielson here tonight if he... Oh, Danielson! Swinging for the fences with that one.
Yeah, he just saved himself. He saved himself maybe a broken leg.
Yeah, I think Danielson now, he's going in for something, maybe a superplex. No, maybe not. I don't think with his legs like the way they are, it might not be.
Maybe a spider superplex? Yes, it is! Danielson, he saves himself the punishment by locking his legs in the ropes like that.
Yeah, probably more impact, too. Great core strength, too, to sit up through that at this late in a matchup like this.
And there we see Danielson trying to will himself back into this fight. And I say fight because that's exactly what this is. Two great competitors doing battle live here on TBS with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on the call.
Great missile drop kick by the American Dragon. You could see the intensity in the eyes of Danielson.
That continually pounding on Danielson's knees starting the show.
Yeah, you're right. You can see that the kicks that he reaches down to grab the right knee.
On that plant leg to the point you guys are making, you're right.
Jarrett anticipated, and now
he's going to the figure four.
Figure four cinched in.
Ricky Steamboat, you've been in the figure four many times.
I wish I had $1 for every time I was in it. I'd be a rich man.
Yeah, man.
And it hurts like the dickens, man. You know, people don't understand that, Ricky, how tight this hold is.
I'm going to use a word here, guys.
Go ahead.
It's a shoot.
It's true.
That's a legitimate shoot hold.
Yeah, I know.
Oh! And so is the chair on top of the knees. My God!
What an inventive way to break out of a figure four leg lock for the American Dragon.
It's anything goes, so it's all good, all legal.
Wow. That had to be painful for Danielson as well to get out of it.
Almost certainly, but he was able to escape, and he was looking for the label lock, I think, right there, but instead the stroke. Danielson blocked it, but that time, the stroke on the chair. Jarrett's going to end it here, too. And no, Danielson able to kick out.
I think Danielson may have got the hand up just in time, I'm not sure, but watch out. He's going for it again.
No, Jeff Jarrett, he's looking for the sharpshooter.
Oh, my God.
Stepping through with the sharpshooter. Perhaps an homage to his late friend, Owen Hart. Jeff Jarrett. He's got it locked in. Can Bryan Danielson survive this? It's anything goes.
You know, you're thinking of the legs because he's got it locked in, but that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on your lower back.
Lower back and your buttocks, but look at this here.
Look at this.
Danielson transitions into the label lock.
Look at that hand. Watch the hand.
Trying to break the grip. He attacked the grip, did Jarrett. That's what you want to do. Break the grip. Very smart.
Jarrett wrenching back on the fingers, loosening the grip off the face. And oh my God.
Whoa, buddy.
He rocked the head that time.
Live round Jones.
Huge.
Wow. But
oh man,
Danielson and Jeff Jarrett, both men on hands and knees, and both men throwing bombs tonight.
These are two battle-tested, veterans that have been all over the world competing. They go punch for punch.
Look at this, just a wild haymakers from both sides. Jeff Jarrett, the Enziguri.
That's it.
Talk about Owen Hart, as now Jarrett.
He said that's it. That means a stroke.
Stroke was coming, but the chair.
Oh my God.
The chair that Jeff Jarrett wedged into that corner.
Drop
and now Psycho knee.
Psycho knee into it, you're right.
Psycho knee with the chair, the cover. And the win.
How about that?
What goes around comes around, right, guys?
The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Well, there we see Karen Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt.
Hell of a battle there.
Coming to the ring, as is Wheeler Yuta of the Blackpool Combat Club. Bryan Danielson's side. And, I mean, if Bryan Danielson didn't know what he was in for at All In London, with his career on the line against Swerve's AEW World Championship, Jeff Jarrett most certainly made Danielson aware of what kind of fight Danielson is in for in 18 days.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Steamboat made his way down to the ring here. He's talking to Bryan Danielson through the ropes here.
You know, I've mentioned this before. We've had Blood and Guts. We've had so many great events. We've got Wembley coming up in 18 days. It's been an amazing summer for AEW. And with Ricky Steamboat in the ring with Danielson and Jarrett and everybody else. Look at Jarrett, just the blood coming down from his ears.
Yeah, he got caught with
no, that actually might have been the Busaiku knee, the chair.
Oh, the chair,
into the jaw.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Of Jeff Jarrett. But whatever it was, this match, this main event, this was carnage.
And Steamboat congratulating both men.
It was a pretty heavy-duty battle for sure between two great veterans.
A memorable moment, no doubt, here as we approach our 5-year anniversary of Dynamite. There you go. How about that for a shot? How about that?
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat showing respect to both men. And the handshake between Jarrett and Danielson shows this was nothing personal. This was about preparing Bryan Danielson for this man.
Hold on to all the sappiness and all the love and joy. The champ has entered the building, my friends. Where is he? Where is Swerve?
This should surprise absolutely no one.
There he is. Strickland doing the right thing, coming out here after this great moment to Danielson to put him on notice. I'm assuming that's what Strickland's fixing to do.
It is Swerve Strickland's AEW World Championship versus Bryan Danielson's professional wrestling career.
Well, would you look at here? Y'all see this? Y'all see this, right? No, you saw that, right? We just witnessed 3 great legends of TBS programming right here in front of our eyes. We got to see Jeff Jarrett. We got to see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And now we get to see Swerve Strickland.
Oh.
These are all men that have defined pro wrestling on this network. The difference between us, though, and you, Bryan, is we've all been world champions here. And the only thing standing between you and this here championship is Swerve Strickland. You're one of the greatest of all time, Bryan. That's why it's going to be great for me and a huge honor for when I retire you and end your career at All In at Wembley Stadium, and your legacy becomes mine. And I will not hesitate to take that kill shot. I promise you. Heck of a match you just had out here. So how you feeling? Legs a little wobbly, back giving out on you, losing a little feeling in your fingers. If that's what Jeff Jarrett does to you, just imagine what I'm going to do. A great test for you nonetheless, though. So how about I get tested as well? You know, I want a little warm up before Wembley Stadium, before All In, before this title defense. I need a sparring partner since you got one, so how about this next week in Norfolk on Dynamite, I step in the ring, your AEW World Champion goes one-on-one with Wheeler Yuta.
You want it? You want this shit?
This week I just sit in the back and watch you go one-on-one with Jeff Jarrett, but next week I want you to have a front row seat. And I get to show you why I am the most dangerous man in AEW. Whose house?
What a massive challenge. There you go. Thrown out for 1 week from tonight. Swerve Strickland, Wheeler Yuta one-on-one. But there you see at the bottom of your screen, All In London, live on pay-per-view Sunday, August 25th. AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland, Bryan Danielson one-on-one. It will be title versus career at Wembley Stadium. Live August 25th.